Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your March Soul Session. I'm Princess India. If you're new and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. And what's not with the tower. If you're not familiar with what my soul sessions are, they are your spirituality as well as personal development readings. And we do these for the purpose of giving you insight into the energies that you may encounter this month, for the purpose of giving you some clarity, some guidance, or maybe some solutions to some problems you may find this month. So, much like I said for Scorpio as well as Libra, I had to look at my little cheat sheet on my whiteboard. Like I said for Scorpio as well as Libra, when I woke up this morning, I wanted to do the readings differently. Because there's a spread I use. I just wanted to read more freeform. It has worked thus far, where a whole bunch of messages were coming through. So I'm just going to continue that until I feel like I don't need to do it anymore or don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? But anywho, the first two cards that came out for you guys, we have the Seven of Wands and the Hanged Man. So the vibe that I get coming in to March for my Sagittarius people is more or less this energy of and I'm gonna say it this way, ferociously standing your ground, my friend. So it's more or less, I feel Massage people are more or less fighting ferociously for what they believe in. And this doesn't necessarily have to be like some ethos or something along those lines. It could be something as simple as, fighting your boundaries, for people to respect your boundaries, or for a path that you guys are intending to walk. However, the thing that I'm realizing with this, and let me throw this out here too, this is the after tarot. I don't read it in the reverse. So if you see me flipping cards, I don't read it in the reverse because the deck is already created to be in the reverse, but that's neither here nor there. But anywho, it's more or less you guys fighting for what you believe in. The only thing that is concerning about that is your ops, like my son says, which I learned means opposition, but people who are opposed to what it is that you guys are standing for, you can more or less lose ground, because I feel you guys are engaging in conflict so much or arguing so much for what it is that you guys are standing for, that how I'm seeing it is their energy, even though, like, okay, let me just say it like this. So prior to you guys getting caught up in this conflict, right, you guys were above ground, meaning you had a clear sight and a clear vision of what it is that was going on, right? However, I feel there's more or less as like a trigger. So someone, or a group of people rather, who are in opposition to what it is you guys are standing for, whether that's going in a new direction, it's establishing healthy boundaries, career change. It could be a myriad of different things. A new path in life, you know what I'm saying? These people arguing with you about it, or trying to poke holes in it, or challenging you in some way, shape, form, or fashion to cause doubt. I feel a sense of this triggered you. So you being triggered causes you to react, right? So now, as opposed to ignoring it and, staying in your energy, the issue becomes you coming down to their level, in a sense, you know what I'm saying, to argue with them and give 150 reasons why you're correct or you're doing the right thing or whatever. But it's kind of like getting hit with that okie doke, because the whole key is while you're arguing with these people or reacting to triggers, it's like you're, coming down. So if we were to say this in a vibrational sense, it would be being in a higher vibration, withstanding your ground, and then getting, involved in this conflict or chaos, calamity, what have you. It's almost bringing you down to these people's level, and not saying that in an egoic sense, but meaning vibrationally. So it's like stepping into a lower vibration. So I say that to say that it's more or less a trap. You know what I'm saying? So to disengage with the conflict. Now with the Hanged Man coming up, and that is Aquarius energy, this is more or less, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's like, do nothing, accomplish everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's more or less, as opposed to fighting for what you believe in, then we have the Lovers, that's Gemini energy. it's more or less for fighting what you believe in. And I'm treading lightly when I say this, because I'm not saying by any means like, oh, you know, don't stand up for what you believe in. This is more or less you stepping into a spiritual stance. Because the thing you have to think about is, who are you really fighting against when we're talking about these people? You know what I'm saying? If you've been inspired to do something and these people can't see what it is that you see, it's like you can't argue with fools. You know what I'm saying? You can't make blind people see, proverbially speaking. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a higher understanding of something, it's fruitless to try to get other people to see what it is that you're doing or what you're talking about if they don't understand. And it makes me think of a quote from one of my books where, gosh, can I even remember it properly? I said something along the lines of, don't be discouraged if they can't see your vision, because the blind can only see that which that they can touch. You know what I'm saying? So it's a metaphor. It's more or less, if you have a higher vision or if spirit has inspired you to do something, don't be upset when people can't see. Like if you're a visionary, so you can see long range stuff that you can bring from the ethers into the physical realm. Don't be upset when people who don't have your gift can't see what it is that you're doing. They're not supposed to, because they're, and I mean, in this sense, it kind of feels like they're spiritually blind. You know what I'm saying? They're really logical, practical. They can't see what you can see. So don't be discouraged by that, because they're not going to be able to see what it is that you're trying to build or manifest or what have you, or the direction that you're going into until it's done. You know what I'm saying? I can say that from experience. I've totally been there. Because I could look at it for my life. To give you an example, it's like everything that I'm doing now, I saw a vision of this years ago. You know what I'm saying? But of course, especially to my family members, I sounded like a freaking psychopath. Like I sounded crazy. Like even saying that I was trying to do this, because it sounded so outlandish. It's like, how is that even possible that you could do this? But I felt so strong in it. I had to literally stand firm, like I was saying with you guys in the Seven of Wands, and, you know, forsake arguing with people to try to get them to see. And it became a thing of like, well, don't believe me. It's like, I know spirit is leading me to do this. So it's like, I'm just going to do it. Now, you know, you fast forward 10 years, you know what I'm saying? And now it all makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I feel that's what you guys are being led to do. So this Hanged Man is really saying, like, to stand firm in what it is that you know. Allow the chatter to just be chatter. Don't allow it to get to you. Don't feel as if you have a point to prove to people. And with this Lover's card, it's more or less to choose to keep following what it is that spirit is leading you or telling you to do, and to not succumb, in so many words, to doubts of the conscious mind or doubts of these people that are around you guys. Because I feel for some of you, this could very well be a battle that's happening within your own mind, to where what I said about like the ops, in so many words, that could be like your own thoughts of like self-doubt, in a sense. Because if we were to look at this Lover's card, and I talk about this in the Woke book, if we were to look at this Lover's card and look at this as like your subconscious mind, that of which is where your intuition comes from, it's needing to be consciously aware that both high vibrational and low vibrational energy can speak through your subconscious, right? Your subconscious can bring that to your conscious mind. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be discerning of the thoughts that you're thinking. So in the case that this is a battle that's happening in your own mind, in the sense that you're getting inspiration to go in a particular direction or to pursue something, you know what I'm saying, or to make a change in your life, and you have like the other side of your head that's like, you know, you can't do that. That's not possible. No one's ever done that before. This is more or less telling you to stick with that higher vibrational energy. You know what I'm saying? To ignore those negative thoughts and to keep choosing to go in the direction of what's higher vibrational. Oh, good Lord, if you will. Man, this freaking 10 of Pentacles keeps coming out in everybody's freaking reading. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, we have the Judgment card, and we have the Ace of Swords. So here's the deal. And then we have the freaking Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Hot dog, son of a gun. So here is the deal, my wonderful Sagittarius people. So the whole reason why it would behoove you guys to keep choosing in the direction of that higher vibrational energy is because it's going to lead you to tangible results. Like I was saying, it's more or less following this path to manifest that which you were setting out to do in the first place. So this is pretty much talking to me about dark distractions. You know what I'm saying? So whether this is people that are in your life or these are just your own negative thoughts, this is more or less saying to listen to the higher vibe voice. You know what I'm saying? If we were to quote Conversations with God here, which is my favorite book, by the way, we would be saying to follow the highest thought and the highest feeling that you have about a thing, because following that, that's more or less like your torch in the darkness. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to lead you to the tangible evidence of the things that you guys are hoping for or walking towards or what have you. So we're talking about stability, security, financial abundance. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you guys constitute as value or what it is that you're headed towards. You know what I'm saying? With this Judgment card, this is talking about you guys ascending to a higher state of being. And with the Ace of Swords, this is speaking to a mental breakthrough. So this is a full-on transformation. And this is the theme that I have literally seen from Libra to Scorpio to now you guys Sag. So if you guys are Sagittarius, Scorpio cuspers, you might want to go watch Scorpio, or if you have that in your chart, because it's the same theme that I'm seeing. This is speaking to an epic transformation that's happening. However, what's being required for all of these signs that I've done prior to you guys is standing in faith. It's what is it they used to say in school? Walking by faith and not by sight. You know, it's requiring you to be in a situation where you may have opposition, whether from people, from your own thoughts, or if we're looking at the 3D realm, it's like things around you not looking like they're headed in the direction that you're desiring. And it's asking you to close your eyes, to go within and to stand within that higher vibrational energy. And despite what it is that's going on around you, it's holding on to your faith of what it is that you're working towards. You know what I'm saying? And once you come out the other side, if we say this in the context of the is not is paradigm, which is manifestation. So when you're manifesting something, the is not has to manifest before the is. So the is not is a testament of not how wrong things are going, but actually how right they actually are. And this is more or less you guys ascending to a higher state of being, meaning this is an epic lesson that you guys have learned that's going to come in handy in the future. So it's fully understanding how this process of how things matriculate into our lives and understanding how to gain dominion over your mind, to not be, you know, put off track by dark distractions, whether through people or your own, you know, thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And bringing into your life that which it is that you're desiring. You know what I'm saying? So it's leveling up spiritually in a sense. And of course, like I said, with the Ace of Cups and with the Ace of Swords, we're talking about a mental breakthrough, a fresh new start, and emotional fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? But the whole thing is with this Ace of Swords, this is a whole new challenge you guys are embarking on. And the thing that's imperative to know as you guys chart forward, so we're talking about coming out of March and going into April and throughout the course of the year, is to ensure with this Lovers being atop it that, you know, the battle is won, but the war is not over. And the war that we're talking about is in your mind. You know what I'm saying? There's two sides of the sword. There's the light side of the sword and the dark side of the sword. The light side of the sword is higher vibrational thoughts, using your mind as a tool to your heart space really being your subconscious mind, that of which spirit speaks through. You know what I'm saying? The darker side of the sword would be like lower vibrational thoughts, which also speaks through your subconscious. You know what I'm saying? But it's things that are bringing you down, that are making you stagnant, that are making you, you know, see things from a negative perspective, or that Native American proverb that talks about the wolf that you feed. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward, it's imperative to master your mind. And if ever you find yourself going to the darker side of the proverbial sword or of your mind, is knowing how to bring yourself back to those higher vibrational thoughts. And then, of course, this Ace of Swords is speaking of the journey of you guys cultivating this emotional fulfillment. So I think it's beautiful. It's almost like a clean slate that I'm seeing here. And starting out with the Seven of Wands, even though I see this Judgment more or less as an ending, not so much like the World card, like ending of a cycle, but this is more or less you guys going back to this higher vantage point. Like I call it the director's chair of life. It's like when you're seeing life from that higher vibrational mind. So you don't easily get so consumed into stuff that's happening around you, because you're able to use your intuition to see things and people for who and what they really are. Meaning that you call a dark distraction, you call a lower vibrational thought what it is, and you don't allow yourself to get sucked into it. But of course, still going forward, this is going to be something you guys are mastering in your mental space. So, Sagittarius, that is your reading, my friend. I'm going over to my new network to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, follow me on over there. But if not, I still love your freaking face. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys sooner than later.